So what exactly is the dress code on Cunard's Queen Mary 2? If you're thinking about a cruise on Queen Mary or one of the other queens, you're probably wondering exactly what you have to pack, and is it as formal as people say? Well, I just got off of a 14-night Queen Mary cruise, and I am here to tell you exactly what I saw and what I wore. Hi, I'm Sandy from Sandy Over 70. Welcome to my channel. I hope you'll subscribe if you haven't already and click that like button if you enjoy this video. Now, let me tell you all about it. First of all, you need to know that I enjoy dressing up, as does my husband. So the reason I chose Queen Mary was because it is probably one of the last cruise ships or ocean liners that actually has a large ballroom with a live orchestra and a male and female singer that play ballroom music every night. Yes, we are ballroom dancers, and that is why I chose Queen Mary 2. If you're a person who doesn't like to dress up at all, then there are many other cruise lines that are much more suitable for you. Many, in fact, most of them. But we are just the opposite. And if you're like us, then you too would enjoy the Queen Mary 2. There are 4 cruise ships in the Cunard line. Queen Mary is the largest and the only ocean liner at sea today that still makes regular transatlantic crossings. However, the cruise I took was to New England and Canada. I have a lot of dance clothes and formal wear, and I wanted to use them. I wanted to wear them. Normally, I try to pack efficiently and with as little as possible, reusing outfits, but this time I really wanted to wear the clothing that hangs in my closet unused for most of the year. So I did pack a lot. We took 2 large suitcases that we checked and 1 roll-on. More than I've ever done before, and to tell you the truth, I hope to never have to do that again. On this cruise, there were 10 smart attire nights and 4 gala nights. And there's been a lot written about what to wear on these various nights and a lot of videos on it. But I am going to tell you exactly what Cunard says in their nightly flyer, and then I'm going to show you video of people dancing on these various nights so you can see what they were wearing, and of course I'll show you what I was wearing. As I said, the daily program explains the dress code of the day in print every single day, so I think this is the most accurate. They do have information on their website, but obviously, this is the most current, so I'm actually going to read it to you so you can hear it directly. Smart attire dressing for dinner. The dress code in your main restaurant, whether that's the Britannia restaurant, the Britannia Club, the Princess Grill, or the Queen's Grill, is smart attire on this particular night. Ideal for evening. Should you need a little inspiration, you could choose tops, skirts, dresses, collared shirts, trousers, smart jeans, jumpsuits, or trouser suits. Jackets, sports coats, and blazers are not essential, but always welcomed. We kindly ask you to avoid non-collared shirts, t-shirts, polo shirts, or shorts, and that swim and gym wear is reserved for the fitness center, sports deck, spa, and poolside. So I think that's pretty clear, and it gives you a lot of leeway. They're basically asking you to look decent when you go to dinner in one of the main restaurants. However, there are other places where you can eat, particularly the buffet, where you do not have to dress up at all. And we ate there quite a few nights, and I can tell you, we were the most dressed up of anyone in the buffet. This is where people were extremely casual. They didn't feel like getting dressed at all, or where they bring their children. However, on this particular cruise, I only saw 4 children, so that wasn't an issue. Next, let me talk about the gala evenings. It's gala evening time, it says. Our well-loved gala evenings are about embracing the occasion. You're invited to dress up to impress and celebrate. Ideal for the evening. Should you need a little inspiration, you could choose tuxedos, smart suits with a tie or bow tie, elegant jumpsuits, floor-length dresses, cocktail dresses, shirts, and smart skirts or trousers. Military uniforms and formal national dress are also welcome. We kindly ask you to avoid non-collared shirts, t-shirts, polo shirts, jeans, or shorts. And that swim and gym wear is reserved for the fitness center, sports deck, spa, and poolside. Again, even though it's a gala evening, you have a lot of leeway, and we did see that throughout the ship. However, we were at the ballroom every night, and I think the ballroom dancers do dress up a little bit more than maybe the rest of the passengers. This is probably because in general we dress up to dance. And I myself always wear a skirt when I go out to dance. It's just something that makes me feel special. But there were certainly some, very few, people that were dancing in pants. In a previous video that I'll put the link for in the description, I showed you the clothes that I bought and that I plan to wear on this cruise. However, I didn't exactly wear all of them. I kind of changed it around a slight bit. So I tried to remember to take a photo of myself in each of my 14 outfits. And so now I present that to you with the hopes that this will be helpful to you if you're planning to cruise on Queen Mary 2. Again, I always wear a skirt, a dress, or a gown when I'm dancing, and you may not feel comfortable in that, and you may prefer pants, dressy top, and that's perfectly acceptable as well. So here we go. I loved my Queen Mary cruise, except for the food, but that's another video. And I am looking forward to another Cunard cruise, and that will be on the Queen Elizabeth, which I've never been on, and it will be going to the Caribbean. So that will be an interesting comparison. It's slightly smaller, but it's also very elegant. And of course, when I do that, I'll share everything with you. I really hope that this video is helpful to you if you're in a quandary about what to wear, because it's really not as formal at all as it used to be. There was a time when you had to wear a gown and a tuxedo for the gala nights, but that is not true anymore. My husband did wear his tuxedo on the gala nights, but that's just because he enjoys wearing it and he looks great in it too. If you have any questions, I'd be glad to answer them. Please put them in the comments below. And thank you for watching and have a great day.